It's a challenge.
The adrenaline gets pumping.
The noise of the engines.
There's a thrill.
That's what it's all about.
This boat is capable of going 75 miles per hour. And the expert says it's the most fun you can have without laughing.
And these days, it's the business executive who gets the last laugh, as companies use a little speed to fire up their employees. David Graham Smith of Saber Marine arranges corporate days in Southampton, England, and finds businessmen thrilled to the ride.
People have done the hot air ballooning, they've driven a car flat out round Brands Hatch, they may have been bungee jumping, but there is something really special about driving a high-speed boat on the water.
I'm here today for real sheer exhilaration. It's a fun day, but I'm also looking at it with regard to corporate entertainment. As corporate entertainment goes, this is different. It gets you away from the golf event.
I find it works very well, but I do think you probably need to pick the people you invite out on it. If they're not speed freaks, they won't probably enjoy it.
So you enjoy it?
Very much.
Absolutely.
What is this boat we're on?
We're on board a Velocity 26 powerboat. It's built in Florida, and this is a true American muscle boat. It's 26 foot long. She is capable of taking 6 passengers with comfort, has a top speed approaching 80 miles an hour. It's powered by a 425 horsepower V8 OMC stern drive.
So how much do you have to pay for a boat like this?
Well, this boat probably starts at about £30,000, and it will go up to £50,000 depending on the engines that you install.
Why not a quiet sail trip?
That's very much a sort of sedate occupation, but for me, the speed.
What's so fascinating about speed is it's the adrenaline.
It's all the right things for men to enjoy, I think.
Speed on the water is like no other sensation.
And their wives. We've got wives too.
I suppose there is the element of fear.
You've got the elements to contend with, so it's a challenge. And an exhilarating challenge. As I say to people, there's nothing more healthy than having sea air thrust down your throat at 70 miles an hour or more.
But at 70 miles per hour, the question is, who's in control?
This is the only form of motorized sport that I'm aware of where the driver is not in control of his own destiny.
It takes 3 people to drive the boat: driver, throttle man, and navigator. And it would take more than that to stop one.
There's an element of danger in anything that has speed, but we try to minimize those risks. If I'm thrown from my seat here, this umbilical cord here will cut the engine.
I don't see the danger. I'm in good hands here. I've got trust in the crew.
The speed is safe as long as you use your head and you don't do silly things.
Although the combination of speed and danger generates a thrilling sensation, this is not a young man's sport.
I've watched offshore powerboat racing since I was a teenager. But unfortunately, it's a bit of an old man's sport. You need to be older to have the money to do it.
And there's always the danger that by the time you've got the money, you'd like to plump for a little more comfort. Some people refer to them as floating gin palaces, and they always come complete with their very own figureheads. On these vessels, luxury is the dominant factor, and speed is sacrificed to self-indulgence. But for some, there is no substitute for speed.
Is it better than sex?
Well, let me answer that by saying that powerboaters enjoy it standing up.
Well, it probably is, but then it's probably my wife who would say that rather than me.
Magnus Hagelin, back safely on shore, EBN, Southampton.